This evening, Lethem is planning its first ever Town Week. American NGO offered free health screenings over the weekend. Exxon contract currently under review. Small-scale miners put down the pickaxe and take up the picket sign. In the region, in the Bahamas, the Prime Minister tours his nation's National Emergency Management Agency. And internationally, former Panamanian strongman President Manuel Noriega has died at age 83.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. Lethem is planning its first ever Town Week. Here's more. Lethem was declared a town on October 20th, 2015. The declaration was made without much pomp and ceremony. It is a fact that many residents were admittedly disappointed. Now, with the second anniversary several months away, the mayor of Lethem, Carlton Beckles, approved the inaugural Lethem Town Week. The 7-day celebration is slated for October 15th to the 21st, 2017. According to Planning Committee head Raymond Hunt, a recent stakeholders meeting revealed that excitement around the concept is at an all-time high.
At the stakeholders meeting, we got the feedback and the reaction that we were looking for. The persons got up and volunteered. Persons were annoyed to say, why wasn't my name mentioned on the list of stakeholders? And I want to be a part because I have ideas. I did it in Linden, I would want to be a part of.
The event is currently in the planning stage. As such, proposed events are subject to change. Nonetheless, the committee plans to kick off the week on Sunday with an endurance walk. Due to the rugged and scenic terrain of Region 9, they consider it an ideal way to showcase the vast beauty of the southern Rupununi. In the spirit of development of cohesive communities throughout the nation, Minister within the Ministry of Communities, Dawn Hastings Williams, has offered her ministry's support. Minister Hastings also notes that President Granger would encourage the committee to include farmers into the event, as it could be a great way for them to reach new markets.
Whenever we have exhibitions, he says don't leave out agriculture at all. If it's agro-processing, like how we have cashew nut factories or whatever the factories, because that can boost them to find market. We have to help them to find market in some ways, to encourage them to do these business.
The rest of the week will showcase several family-friendly events, such as a talent show, a Brazilian fun park, various sports, games, fashion shows, pageants, a talent show, and even a Rupununi-themed spelling bee for the children. This year, Diwali falls on the 17th of October, firmly within the scheduled week of events celebrating the town and its people. While the Hindu community is small in Lethem, and as an extension the region, the planners would still like to include a motorcade to commemorate the Festival of Lights. Mayor Beckles expressed his unequivocal support for the week's events. This is an event that he hopes will grow to national prominence.
We want Town Week to be a Town Week with a difference. We want it must add to the national calendar of events within this country. Already we know we have the Rupununi Rodeo is in the Easter time, the Bardic Regatta simultaneously, and other activity. Persons who did not get the opportunity to come to the Rupununi or Lethem Rodeo, they have another opportunity to come here for Lethem Town Week.
Lethem Town Week is scheduled for October 15th to the 21st, 2017. Headline News will continue to follow developments as the date approaches. Hundreds turned up at the Davis Memorial Hospital on Sunday for free medical services from the second mission trip of Legacy of Healing. Andrew Weeks was there and filed this report.
Legacy of Healing is a non-profit corporation that sends medical mission teams worldwide providing surgeries, medical and dental care, and safe drinking water to undeserved communities. Legacy of Healing includes young people as team members to continue building a legacy that promotes and enhances physical and spiritual health and healing for future generations. on Sunday. Many showed up for screening purposes for surgeries and other medical services at the Davis Memorial Hospital. Coordinator of the mission trip, Gary Smith, explains.
We have a team of about 38 surgeons, medical personnel and technicians, clinic personnel, and we will be conducting free surgical corrections Monday through Friday here at the Davis Memorial Hospital. And we will have a clinic team that will be going to different areas of the region, and we will be performing free clinics, and we will also have a dentist with us at these clinic locations.
Gary explained more about the pre-screening day at the Davis Memorial Hospital. Go ahead.
And we will be, today our team of surgeons and personnel will be doing final patient screening for candidates for surgery. They will schedule them for Monday through Friday to be able to do their corrections.
There are a number of surgeries that will be conducted for 1 week. All of them are free of charge.
The surgeries that we'll be doing this week will be plastic surgery, will be cleft lips and palates, burn scar releases. We will also, we have general surgeons who will be performing hernia repairs, tumor removal, and surgeries of that nature.
Why Guyana?
Why Guyana? Well, our team selects a location typically in Central or South America. We were here about 6 years ago, and we decided that we wanted to come back to this area, that there was a good amount of patient requiring surgical correction, and so we wanted to bring our team back to Guyana and perform the free surgeries in clinic.
Chief Executive Officer of the Davis Memorial Hospital, Beverly Chan, said she is happy for the visit from Legacy of Healing and have this message for the public.
Okay, all right. Well, what people can do is look out for the outreaches. On Monday, it's Vive the Ver. On Tuesday, it's Perica. On Wednesday, it will be at Olivet Seventh-day Adventist Church, right on here. On Thursday, it will be St. Cuthbert Mission, and on Friday, it will be at Lahaika.
Right.
So it would be nice if the community
Catch the services.
there. Those are the outreach services. So they have a special team geared for the outreaches.
The team will leave for home in the USA this Saturday. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. President David Granger and First Lady Mrs. Sandra Granger are today celebrating their 47th wedding anniversary. Channel 2 Headline News extends best wishes to the first couple on celebrating their momentous occasion. Coming up on Headline News after the break, Exxon contract currently under review, and small-scale miners protest corruption in the GGMC.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town, served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
The Ministry of Public Infrastructure wishes to advise the general public that traffic on the East Bank Demerara Public Road, Eastern to Mary southbound lane, at the Demerara Harbor Bridge intersection will be disrupted from Wednesday, May 31st, 2017 until Sunday, June 4th, 2017, between the hours of 6 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. This closure is to facilitate a pile driving exercise. Motorists and pedestrians are asked to exercise caution and note all caution and directional signs in the area. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure sincerely regrets any inconvenience this operation will cause. Members of the National Mining Syndicate are calling for an audience with President David Granger. They believe directors within the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission have denied them of what is rightfully theirs, accusing some of them of corruption and not being transparent. Andrew Weeks was on the picket line and filed this report.
Deprivation of lands, corruption, the long processing of applications are just a few of the concerns raised by a number of protesters who came from Mahdia, Bartica, Karau, and other parts of the country, saying it is time the corruption and deprivation within the GGMC comes to an end.
The fourth thing, we're calling for the closing down, the dismantling of the closed area committee, because you cannot put syndicates through closed area committees and the big boys going through special order of the minister.
Judith David Blair, President of the National Mining Syndicate, Vice President of the body and Chairman of the Bobby's Mining Syndicate, Lloyd Moore, said Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman has doubled back on his words.
The Bobby's Mining Syndicate made their application. They paid them money to the GGMC. They accepted the money, and then it's about a month after the minister responded by saying the land is a reserved area. While the offer was granted to the syndicate for the area where that they say is a closed area, so you can apply for it. After doing all of that, we paid our money, and then subsequently to be written to.
The body was written to by the minister saying that the land is now private and that mining is now forbidden. The miners are saying if the government had known that the land was private, why have them applied and paid all that money? President Blair said that this is a bread and butter issue and that they will pick it until they get answers. As for corruption and transparency, Blair said,
because too much is going on in the GGMC. One of the most important things I want to bring to you is that on the board, you have members of the board, executive members belonging to GGDMA who is sitting on the board and they're getting lands. That is conflict of interest. You cannot sit on the commission and be an executive member and apply for land. No, that is wrong. You cannot sit on the commission and be an executive member and rent GGMC a house for $2 million. It is conflict of interest. We are in a corrupt situation. The closed area committee was the PPP brain, right? That was the PPP's formation, closed area committee. You know why? To shut the small miners out. And I'm surprised that we still have that now. That is a monster.
But this reporter pressed the president to name names as to who the corrupt officers within the GGMC are. Blair said,
They don't want to call names.
well, you're on the protest line. You better call a name because they're going to be called anyhow. Who are the big boys?
Well,
Name one.
you have Saratu Phillips.
Who?
Saratu Phillips.
Saratu Phillips.
You have some mentor, some boring. You got people coming to under fictitious names for big boys.
Have you made these concerns known to the chairman of the board of GGMC?
No, we haven't made it known. Because we spoke to them on many occasions for a lot of stuff that we picketed for this morning, and they did nothing. For instance, look at the corruption in GGMC on the board of commission. You have 2 executive members sitting on the board of directors there as board of directors. Terrence Adams and Juan Shields. Shields is renting GGMC a building for $2 million a month, and he's sitting on the board. That's conflict of interest. Terrence Adams recently got between 15 to 20 blocks in Carroll that we feel should have been given to the Carroll mining syndicate because it's close to us. And he's sitting on the board of directors. He's not supposed to apply for lands.
Has Blair surmised by saying that even the subject minister, Raphael Trotman, has not given them a listening ear on this matter. There was a meeting on the 29th of March this year, and according to Blair, the minister promised to meet with the body bi-monthly. No meeting was held since then. The president said they will not meet with the minister closed door anymore, but publicly with the invitation of the media. The protest continues. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Yesterday, a 36-year-old farmer of Champaign, Maiconi, was arrested and placed in custody for allegedly attempting to bribe 2 ranks stationed at the Maiconi police station with $150,000. The bribe was to release his brother Bishomet Rajkumar, who is in custody awaiting to be escorted to the Georgetown prison to commence a 2-year sentence for unlawful wounding committed on Asif Ali of Champaign, Maiconi. The contract with ExxonMobil is currently undergoing a stringent approval process, says Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman. Here's more. ExxonMobil originally applied for a license to drill in December of last year. When asked what was causing the delay, Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman explained that 2 independent consulting firms are currently reviewing the contracts. Due to the stringent nature of the approval process, it will take some time before commercial drilling will be permitted to commence.
Well, very stringent. You have to, on the environmental side, of course, one has to consider things like spills, accidents, the effect on marine life and on life along the coast, fishermen and fisher folk and so forth. On the technical side, you look at all of the infrastructure, the subsea infrastructure, what is involved, what equipment is going to be used, how will that equipment stand up in the event of a storm, for example. So these are things that we are examining very, very minutely.
Earlier this month, one expert expressed the belief that building an oil refinery in Guyana may not be an economically profitable venture. This news was not well received by the Ministry of Natural Resources or the general public. Minister Trotman confirmed that his ministry has not ruled out the possibility of building a smaller-scale oil refinery. The ministry is seeking advice from other experts in the oil industry.
Well, we've had a point of view which said that 100,000 barrel per day refinery would not be economically feasible. The government is open to receiving suggestions. I think what we are interested in hearing from now is someone who could put up a good model to show that perhaps a small refinery that will meet our needs could work. So we have not closed our minds to the possibility of a refinery, so we're open to receiving good and viable suggestions.
But has anybody come forward?
Well, there have been a few proposals, but we want to see proposals match with empirical data, with the numbers, so to speak.
Minister Trotman has not offered a specific date in which a final decision will be made. Nonetheless, he believes that preparations will be finalized prior to first oil. Don't go away. Still ahead, we have our regional and international news.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
Now opened, the new thriving Chinese restaurant Providence location. Perfect for large events, exquisite menus featuring traditional Korean, Chinese and Western cuisine, elegant grand dining room and seats for over 500 persons. Also additional seating on the upper flat, luxurious VIP rooms and an elevator for your comfort. The new thriving Chinese restaurant second location above Massey Supermarket, Amazonian Mall, Providence. For reservation call 623-4097 or 657-9067.
In news from the region now, in the Bahamas, the Prime Minister toured the National Emergency Management Agency on Monday, learning more of its status of that vital agency in its hurricane preparedness. ZNS News Network reports.
With predictions of an active hurricane season, the nation's chief getting an update on the country's disaster preparedness efforts. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings.
I'm Keishla Adderley. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Topping the news, the Prime Minister toured the National Emergency Management Agency today, learning more about the status of that vital agency and its hurricane preparedness.
Our Fern Carey tells us that the Prime Minister's message to NEMA officials was clear.
The main message Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, sought to deliver to members of the Disaster Management Committee members and staff of the National Emergency Management Agency during his tour was simple. Improve your messaging this hurricane season. This comes as local and international meteorologists predict an active hurricane season with between 10 to 12 named storms.
Make use of all media tools to disseminate information in preparation
of an unexpected storm. That is radio, television, Facebook, Twitter, billboards, etc. And I emphasize the importance of social media, which will allow you to conduct and connect directly and immediately with Bahamians and residents throughout the country, not only here in the Bahamas, but outside of our shores.
The Prime Minister also advised NEMA to review all evacuation and hurricane plans, ensure greater collaboration among agencies, and to reactivate hurricane committees in all Family Island districts. He also requested a report on the homes that still need to be repaired in the wake of Hurricane Matthew.
I am aware that you have not commenced your new housing program since Matthew, and I hope you can start to rebuild homes shortly, as I understand a number of people are without homes. We have much work to do. I hope we would have a mild hurricane season, if not no hurricane. I know that a lot of homes are still not repaired. As you drive around, you see many houses still have tops, and yet the hurricane season is approaching. Even my own home has not yet been repaired.
The Prime Minister's message comes as the hurricane season gets set to begin in earnest in 3 days' time on June 1st.
We have Colorado State University going for a slightly below average season with 11 named storms, of which 4 will develop into hurricanes, and of the 4, 2 into major hurricanes. Then we have NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of the U.S. They're going for well above average season, of which 11 to 17 named storms, of which 5 to 9 might develop into hurricanes, and of the 5 to 9, 2 to 4 into major hurricanes. So we see that even the experts are not agreeing in the prediction, and this is one of the reasons why we are saying no matter what, prepare.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
And internationally, Manuel Noriega, Panama's former ruler, has died at age 83. Panama's current president, Juan Carlos Varela, announced on Twitter. Noriega was the military ruler of Panama from 1983 to 1989. In 1989, he was removed from power by the United States during its invasion of Panama. Noriega was held in a medically induced coma after suffering brain hemorrhaging in March. The hemorrhage occurred after Noriega underwent surgery to have a tumor removed from his brain. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
General Manuel Noriega spent most of the last 26 years going from one prison to another. But it was his 6 years in power as Panama's military strongman that made him infamous. Until 1989, he ruled over Panama, installing figurehead presidents, assassinating opponents, and serving as an intelligence agent for the CIA and the State Department, while at the same time working for the Cubans as well as Colombia's largest drug cartels. When his activities were exposed by American journalists, Washington decided Noriega was no longer useful. The U.S. eventually invaded Panama in 1989, overthrew him, detained him, and put him on trial.
As president, I have no higher obligation than to safeguard the lives of American citizens. And that is why I directed our armed forces to protect the lives of American citizens in Panama and to bring General Noriega to justice in the United States.
A Florida court sentenced Noriega to 40 years on drug trafficking, racketeering, and money laundering charges. Although an aging and frail Noriega was released in 2007, it was only to face extradition to France for money laundering and then back home to Panama, where he had been sentenced to another 20 years for murder. Noriega, whom Panamanians nicknamed Pineapple Face because of his characteristic acne scars, was known for his fiery temper. He was regarded by many Panamanians as a ruthless dictator. Yet he always insisted that he was a prisoner of war who deserved to spend his final years at home in Panama. In the end, he at least obtained part of his wish. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera.
And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and safetvguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.